Hello, my name is Germana Ravanelli, coming to you from Nanaimo, BC. I am sharing information on how to program the subconscious mind so that the quality of a person's life gets better and there's more health, there's more energy, there's more vitality, there's a sense of emotional stability that is felt and then experienced. I've been doing hypnotherapy for about 28 years. I did take a break after I had a really bad car accident, and now I'm coming back to it as a practice to help people that are ready to get their needs met, to feel better, to remove the obstacles that are stopping them from actually living their best life. I'm going to share about the basic human needs. There's 6 basic human needs. How we get them met is going to be either conscious or unconscious, and each need is part of being a human being. The ones that are our strongest needs are the ones that are linked to us not getting those needs met as a child. As an example, I was raised in a very, very scary home, and so I have a driving need for certainty, which is also about feeling safe. And when I took a look at my behaviors, I would often scare myself so I could then have this belief that if I did something, I would be safe, because I didn't know how to just say, I'm certain that I'm safe now. And it was interesting because I looked at all my behavior, being a personal trainer, having a healthy body, eating well, sleeping well, supplements, all of it was really designed to allow me to take care of myself, because I grew up in a place that I couldn't rely on anybody. You know, I have a belief in a loving, caring God and all of that. But when, boots on the ground, the only person I could really count on was me. And I really developed strategies for certainty. And now I see it with compassion. So I'm going to share the 6 basic needs, and then I'm going to share a little bit more about this. And I hope that if you enjoy what you hear, that maybe it'll give you some tools and go, how am I getting my needs met? What is the pattern in my behaviors? And then you'll start to see what your unconscious needs are. And that's the intention. And then you can write it down. Am I getting my needs for love and connection met? How? By watching and reading romantic novels? Or am I recognizing when I'm petting my dog that I'm getting love and connection? Or if I'm speaking to a friend, there's love and connection. So I'm going to read them to you. One of the primary basic needs is growth. So this is the desire to grow or expand in any area of life. That for me is education. I love learning, but I only like learning what makes sense. I'm not interested in, certain things. They don't speak to me because they don't link up to the need to feel certain, to feel safe. Contribution, the desire to give and to serve. Again, I love giving in a way that teaches people how to love themselves. That's my love language. When I educate someone or give them some nuggets, that's my way of saying I really love you and I care about you, because I value certainty. I value safety. So the education that I seek is about quality of living, so that person will have less problems in their life going forward. Significance. Most of us have a driving need for significance in some way, which just says I matter, I have worth, I have value. I have a few people that I care for, that I watch, who constantly post pictures of themselves wearing as little clothing as possible online, and they have a driving need for significance that they're getting through being liked by strangers. And I mean, we all have a line, and some people cross a line where you're like, clearly there's something else going on, because they don't know when to stop. And that often comes from someone who's been given away at birth. They go, who loves me? How do I get my needs met? I need to be super, super, super amazing. And they might go to town on plastic surgery, go to town on all this stuff to prove that they have some value, because deep down inside, they're like, someone gave me away. Someone didn't want me. So that's a core wound that, again, can be healed, which is the point. Uncertainty, the desire for change, novelty, and exploration. That might be going somewhere randomly, going on a trip and not having your itinerary planned out and just woof, off we go. And that's fun. That's like, we don't have to have it all figured out. We just go. Sometimes it can be also, you can make cooking uncertain and just see what you got. You know, what are you going to get when you pull all these things out of the fridge and make it? There's another example. There's so many different ways to do uncertainty, and they're fun. And love and connection, the desire to feel and express love and closeness. And again, all of us have that, all of these needs, but some of us will have one stronger than the other. So for me, love and connection is teaching. I get that sense of significance, that sense of contribution, that sense of growth by teaching people how to take care of themselves. Because where I come from, without your health, you're in deep trouble. And trying to fix it once it's broken, way harder than preventing. So my love and connection is giving people education, tools, and that also feeds my need for significance to say my life matters and your life matters. And some people, it's going to be romantic relationships, or they're going to get that met through watching, you know, all sorts of things on Netflix. They might binge watch, you know, romantic novels, because that's how they feel close. That's how they feel loved. They get it through the characters in the movie or in the show. And there's other ways. Like I can also, you know, hug my pet and let myself say, I'm so grateful for the love that this animal gives me. And that's another way of me getting my need for love and connection. And then there's certainty, the desire to feel safe and secure. For me, when the penny dropped and I said, what are the motives behind my behaviors? And I started to go, which one? And I realized that I would say 90% of my behavior has been about certainty, because I never felt safe as a child. And then I went, oh my God, you poor thing. You know, you poor thing. And my subconscious and my conscious mind created strategies for me to learn how to feel safe. And the shadow of that is, if a person actually has certainty and they don't let it in, then they don't know when to get off that treadmill, and they keep going and they keep going and they keep going and they keep going, and they don't actually let themselves enjoy it, which is not helpful. Because then if you've achieved the goal and you are safe and you don't let yourself enjoy it, then I call that a level of spiritual poverty, because you've got it and yet the mind goes, not yet, I'm not safe. And then we need to retrain, I am safe. I have got my needs met. So here's a way for you to kind of ask yourself, what are my prominent, primary, basic needs? And you can look at your behaviors. You can pick, you know, a behavior that you do. Maybe it's, you really need your house super clean, or you need things super, you know, polished and pretty. And that might be, you know, for you, it might be a specific need. It might be a need for certainty or significance. Look at what I did such a beautiful job. But you can look at a few of your basic behaviors, and you can rank them. Like, what do I have to have and what do I have to do? And these are non-negotiables. And then you look at what the need is behind that. Is it for growth? So if you're giving a lot, that might be part of it. If you're giving a lot, is it contribution? Is it for significance? So people go, man, you're amazing, or you're so pretty, or you're so smart. Or uncertainty, you're so dynamic, you're so spontaneous. Think about someone like Robin Williams. Incredibly dynamic. Incredibly, you never knew what was going to come out of his mouth, which made him so cool. He had obviously a need for uncertainty, for variety, love and connection, and certainty. I'm going to just read a few of our needs in a tertiary strategy. So when we look at some of these needs, these are little rivers that run back to the basic stream that our subconscious is trying to get those needs met. And remember, we get them met in a positive way or a negative way. And if you understand what they are and then you start to bring them in, I'm getting my need for beauty here, I'm getting my need for connection, I'm getting my need for security, whatever it is, and you actually subtly tell yourself that, your nervous system will go, ah. So I'm going to read connection needs. Signs of that are needing to feel accepted. I might need to know that I'm accepted. I might have a driving need for affection. I might have a need to feel appreciated. That's connection. Belonging, cooperation, communication, compassion, empathy, inclusion, love, certainty needs, choice, Do you like to have a choice? Autonomy? Do you like to be autonomous? Independence? Does it need to be that you can count on yourself? Space, boundaries? Safety? Structure, routine? Order, stability, support? Uncertainty needs, movement, change, stimulation, spontaneity, sexual expression, travel, discovery, beauty, joy, playfulness, growth needs. And again, this is one of mine. Self-development, self-realization, progress, opportunity, expansiveness, integration, and to understand. I love understanding what motivates the behavior, because then you know what's underneath it. A lot of people don't know what's motivating their behavior. They're just doing it. And significance needs, empowerment, competence, belief, meaning, effectiveness, to feel known, to see and be seen, to be understood, admiration, participation, purpose, to matter, and contribution needs. And I honestly, sincerely believe that people that give back are the happiest, because they have a purpose. And I don't know about you, but when I give something to someone, I feel better. I really do. Sometimes they don't want it, and that's okay. And sometimes like, thank you. And sometimes I'm like, I'm just gonna shut my mouth. If I can be of service, I will be. Otherwise, I'll just silently go along with my day. So here's some examples about contribution needs. To give, to create, so that can be all forms, art, beauty, gardens, to give to an orphanage, to give to a haven house, to write, to nurture. And that's also nurturing ourselves. Sometimes we are so busy taking care of other people that we don't get our needs met at all. To assist, to be present, to support, and to be present. These are the tiniest streams leading back to the bigger streams, then back to the rivers. These needs are too momentary. So these are in the moment needs for a personality to be organized around. Yet they can be repetitive and show up often as strategies to meet our personality needs. So if you were to explore and look at 3 areas of your life that you absolutely are committed to, they're non-negotiable, and you look at what need am I getting met underneath that. That's your subconscious mind protecting you and taking care of you. And where people get into trouble is, say, their conscious mind says, I must do this goal, but the subconscious goes, no, I need to get this need met. And then it looks like sabotage, but what you've got is 2 forces fighting with each other. And the conscious mind can never outwill the subconscious mind. And the point is to have rapport with the subconscious mind and to use your subconscious mind in nuggets to become conscious and to retrain the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind, as I've said before, is the elephant, and the conscious mind is the flea on the elephant. And some of the forms of therapy that people use is all dealing with the conscious mind, and to go, what are you looking for? What are your deeper needs? What haven't you got that you need? And then once that information comes forward, then the resolution can come forward. And that means the person's no longer in distress. They're no longer feeling like there's something wrong with them. They're no longer feeling like their life isn't working. So if you've enjoyed this, feel invited to please like it, share it if you like. If you're curious about hypnosis or hypnotherapy, I'm happy to have a conversation with you about what you're looking for help with. It is a very, very, very powerful tool that, people can have 8 sessions and have all that problem cleared, where if you go to a traditional counseling, and I've done a lot of it, you just talk about it. It never gets resolved, which to me is not really fair, because you've already got the problem. And if you stay with the problem, but you've got really good tools to understand it, but it's still living there in your psyche. So I hope that something here has given you a tool or two to understand yourself and hopefully befriend yourself in a compassionate way. And then do a little bit of work. Like, what are the 3 basic needs or the 4 basic needs that are your primary? When I understood what mine is, I went, oh, you poor thing, because I've spent most of my life terrified, even when everything's okay, because I didn't realize that inside I needed to hear, oh, certainty. Oh, you've done enough. It's okay now. And in this world, most people are terrified. So they're attacking out of fear. So if there's no longer that fear, then the heart opens and then they can actually be their natural true self and contribute in a way that works versus attacking other people. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.